Oh, we're live, baby. I'm not telling you who.
It's weird that I know and Earl doesn't. So
we're live. Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. This is Mandalorian Chapter 11, and we are discussing the Heiress. Who is the Heiress? Is it Bo-Katan? Is it
the tadpole?
I heard a really interesting take on this, and I'm completely like copying somebody else's thoughts on the process. I can't remember who I heard it from, but some say that Ahsoka is the heiress of the Jedi because of some stuff that happened on Mortis. Because she was given that thing on Mortis, that like she was given the Force. She was the sister, Fetmatic can help. He knows when I say Mortis. See, that's what happens. Like when you say the word Mortis, it's like a bat signal, and Fetmatic shows up. It doesn't matter like what stream you're on. He just randomly shows up when you start talking about Mortis.
Agree, Fetmatic.
I understand. Yes, I agree with Fetmatic. No, look, we'll put it up. I'll she's no Jedi, but that the sister gave her something, that whole deal on Mortis. I can't remember exactly the stuff about it, but I don't know. That's why I just think it's not so obvious that when you call an episode the Heiress that you're necessarily talking about Bo-Katan.
They're talking about Bo-Katan.
Come on, dude.
No.
Obvious things are obvious.
No. Anyways,
each episode is introduced a new character, right? And
yeah, I get it. So thanks, Fetmatic and Melissa and Roth. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're of course going to have an irreverent hangout here talking about the Heiress. I loved it. Do our little datapad download, and this was kind of a surprise because I did not check on IMDb. Dude, Aussie Nate's in the house.
You're up late.
Oh my gosh, Aussie Nate's. Yeah, okay, Fetmatic. We're going back to the sister gave her life. That's exactly. That's all I'm saying.
That's too far of a reach.
Well, have you even watched the Mortis stuff, Earl? Have you watched any of that stuff?
I mean, was it in the Clone Wars?
The Clone Wars, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched all the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't remember that. It's not in my DK book.
It's not in your DK book. No, I understand. No,
will our DK book tell us what dank ferric means eventually?
It's basically like frack.
Ferric.
It's the Star Wars version of frack.
Like Felger carb.
Like BSG had fracking this and fracking that.
Speaking of BSG.
Speaking of BSG, they're overusing it at this point though. That's like the third time in the Mandalorian that they've said dank ferric.
They said it like 3 times in this episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's a little bit overused at this point, but I mean,
I didn't pick it up till I went back and watched it with subtitles. I don't think I even heard him say it the first time.
Well, I heard her say it, and I was like, "Oh, not again!" I mean,
they said it in episode 1 this season. They said it some last season too, I believe. Yeah.
Perhaps dank ferric is the Heiress.
They're basically trying to make it like it's BSG frack. I mean, they're basic. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, but this one was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, written by Jon Favreau. So good, just so good.
I think Bryce Dallas did a great job with this.
Yeah, I mean, to have her episode last season, which I liked that episode fine, but there wasn't really much to it. There was the ATST. I mean, there was some cool action sequences in it.
It was pastoral. It was
a
break from the action.
At the end of the day, in TV shows, I mean, the biggest thing that matters in TV shows is the script.
Yeah,
because the directors don't typically get to change the script a lot.
That's right.
And so, yeah, I think Favreau came through with a solid script, and Howard did a great job, and we'll talk about it in a second. Apparently, alluded to one of her father's films.
Yes. Oh yeah, I mean that
homage at least.
There was certainly an homage. Yeah, when you had the Razor Crest coming in hot onto the planet, it was an homage to Apollo 13. Which I did not put two and two together. I saw that on Twitter or whatever. It wasn't like I saw it and I was like that
Apollo
meme
13.
It wasn't that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing. I was not that meme because it didn't. I liked it though. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool looking. Yet again, the visuals just completely blow me away in this show. For what they are able to do on the small screen, quote unquote, the small screen, is pretty amazing. And just even down to the ships taking off, some of the Mandalorians flying. I mean, all of that stuff was just so awesome.
The opening shot, which we saw in the trailer of the Razor Crest just kind of wobbling on by, it's a fantastic looking CGI shot.
Oh yeah, just up in space, just sort of just going down towards the planet. And so we, the gag with the landing pad, he hits the.
I like that.
He hits the landing pad. He thinks he's going to make it.
Gets tossed off.
The landing crew keeps telling him, "Hey, you're coming in too fast."
Yeah,
and it was good stuff. I mean, I absolutely.
Amon Calamari guy there.
Right. Yep. And of course, everybody wants one of those sweaters he's got on. I'm sure that's going to be in your local big box store anytime now, where you can go buy one of those really awesome Moncal sweaters.
I just wanted the head.
I saw a lot of funny memes of Chris Evans from Knives Out next to that Moncal, because Chris Evans had that white sweater that he wore. And, it was good stuff. Of course, the Razor Crest, which, man, the Razor Crest has it worse, I think, at this point than the Millennium Falcon. I think the Millennium Falcon's certainly been through it, but I think the Razor Crest is
How's
rough.
This thing flying?
It's.
I don't
know if I would go into space on this thing.
Yeah.
Look, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but at the end of the episode, I mean, it was pretty much. It's going to need more repairs based on the way it took off. I mean,
oh my gosh,
be more to it.
We've got a run in, guys. Oh my gosh, we've got Boba Rett.
What's that?
What is going on? How did you get this link? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
I know you told me never. You told me never to call you at this number, but here I am.
Oh my gosh.
This is about to get Kronk up in here.
This is about to get insane.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Heiress. We're talking about chapter 11 and just how awesome it was.
Oh, okay.
We've only made it to the landing pad.
We've only gotten
to the landing pad scene.
Of what show? Star Trek Discovery?
Picard.
We're talking about Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery. Oh god! So, what did you think of the episode, Rhett?
Yeah, I like it. I like all of them to some degree. I thought the one before with the frogs and the ice spiders was not great. But I like this one. And listen, I'm a grown man, so I don't watch cartoons. So I didn't have that same connection to Bo-Katan that many have. I don't know that I want Mandalorian to just become a live action version of Clone Wars and Rebels.
And that's totally fair. Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah.
But I liked it. I mean, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I like Starbuck all the time.
Okay, this is a family show, by the way. So let's draw the line right there.
I just mean I like her. Katie Sackhoff is
a great actress.
She's a great actress.
Well, I mean, she's not a great actress, but I mean, she's good enough. I mean, she's good. I mean, that's not. She's good. I mean, good and great. I mean, she's not. I mean, she's not like Jodie Foster winning an Academy Award as a preteen. She's passably good. But that was great. I like the effects budget that they've been given this year.
Yes.
Everything has looked fantastic. The Crate Dragon in episode 1 looked great. The Gozanti is something that I think about a lot during my alone time.
The Gozanti ship.
It's beautiful.
The freighter,
that thing is it's magnificent. Look, Look, I'm a Star Wars miniatures guy, right? The Fantasy Flight games.
Right.
They've got a Gozanti that carries. You can drag 4 TIE fighters around with it. It's a great model. Like I said, I don't watch cartoons, so I didn't know that it had come from some of these animated series. I know it makes an appearance in Star Wars Squadrons.
I mean, we did not see the Gazanti freighter in Clone Wars that I can recall. So this
Rebels.
was a first.
Surely Rebels. No, surely it was in Rebels.
I don't think they showed it in Rebels either.
I don't
This
know
was a
if
first.
I've ever seen it.
This was a first for the Gazanti freighter, especially in live action.
Well, they got it somewhere because it's been a model. It's been a mini figure for that X-wing game for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it came from somewhere. But anyway, that model looked fantastic. Always great to see Titus Welliver, the man in black from Lost, anywhere and everywhere.
I love how
what about the AT crane?
Oh, it looked fantastic.
That
I like to
awesome.
see. Listen, if you want to nitpick, and that's what I do. Why do we have boats?
I stand corrected. The Gazanti freighter. Fatmatic is our like most knowledgeable.
He's our expert.
He's our holocron keeper. He knows.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know anything I didn't know because that's what I just said.
This is true. I thought you didn't watch cartoons.
No, I know. I heard about him. A child ran in and told me about
the synopses.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I was. Maybe there's an article about it in highlights or something. I do read that. Anyway, no. So all that to say, the Quarren have never looked better.
Oh, I know.
Oh, they looked fantastic. Why do we have boats? I don't know. If you have hover technology, why we got a boat?
Because it looks cool.
It does look cool, but
I agree. Yeah. Why do we have
it just
boats?
looks cool. Sometimes you just do things because they look cool.
You do, and that's okay. And as long as it doesn't break everything, it's okay.
Right.
These guys were fishermen, though, right? They got to be in the water, right?
Yeah.
That's
valid. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's
what are we going to say, Garrison?
I feel like maybe a floating boat could help with the fishing, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, like a hover boat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you wouldn't disturb the water as much, and
scoop things out. We've got technology, we've got tractor beams. Why can't we just suck the things right out of the water?
I'm calling Filoni right now. We're getting
get on it.
This episode's terrible.
I've changed my. This 1 out of 10. This is the worst episode. This has changed my mind.
Okay, listen. I got to talk about this.
Please do.
The frog husband reunion, it actually made me feel something. Like I was like, she was just so happy to see him.
It was a touching moment.
I don't have any
facial
contact.
The facial manipulation was good. They were expressive.
The memes that it has generated with like them meeting together with like some Journey song playing behind.
Yeah.
I love every single meme that has come from this episode. Like I mentioned, the Chris Evans and the
sweater.
The sweater shot. I love the two sweaters next to each other. Knives Out, Chris Evans, and then you've got the Akbar with his sweater. Because why do we need a sweater on a Mon Cal? But
an Akbar. You just call him. Group their entire species as an Akbar.
Hey, it's funny you mentioned that because if you watch the closed captioning, Quarren is just Quarren brother.
Yes. Yeah,
that's just like what they call them.
But Quarren is their species name. Yeah. Akbar is not their species name. That's like Lucas calling every Rhodian a Greedo. Remember, he used to do that. We got some Greedos in this scene. Oh, that sounds vaguely racist. I'm not sure how, but it does.
Just like Frog Lady doesn't have a name. I mean,
right? Oh yeah. Subtitled as Frog Lady.
Yeah.
What do you name a frog?
Why don't we even have the name of their species? That's certainly not the name of the species in Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, we'll find out in probably a DK book.
Some intern will crap out a DK.
I've got to mention the Star Wars book brought to you by DK.
Yeah, an illustrated cross section of Frog Lady.
Yeah.
Dave says Baby Yoda. I mean, why are we?
Yeah, I mean,
was anyone afraid that he was going to eat the tadpole?
Yes.
Oh yeah, look,
Oh, the little tadpole.
yeah. I mean, I thought he would.
Tadpole
I
is the
thought they
Heiress.
were there to stop him, but I thought they would. I thought he'd make a run at throwing that thing down his gullet.
Now, Craig's right though. Frog Lady's name's Frog Lady.
It is
mean,
right now.
That's her name.
Who are we
How
to
do you-
judge how they
I
name
don't
it?
even think Frogman was listed in the credits. But
No,
she
he
was.
wasn't. No. She got the actress that was doing, in the Frog Lady costume, she got credit on IMDb, but the dude did not. Like, they didn't even acknowledge his existence, which is a shame.
Wow, because his performance was so good. I mean, we felt the emotion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll get an Emmy.
That's right. Yeah,
Mikey and Earl.
that's right. That's right. Thanks for that.
We
Rob.
like it.
So yeah, I mean,
Go tweet at Bray.
The very sweet reunion, Mr. Frog Lady.
Mr. Frog Lady.
Mr. Frog Lady. We do get that sweet reunion, though. I mean, and it's funny because in a meta kind of way, the Mandalorian tells Baby Yoda to behave. I mean, he's basically like, look, you know what we're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's sort of like almost saying, looking at the audience, looking at the screen, you know what I'm talking about. He ate all those eggs.
Yeah. They had to film that scene very quickly.
You're not in here to crap on anything I'm saying. Like, I'm the host. I don't need you going in the credits.
You can't
crapping on everything.
Let Michael believe what Michael please.
Wait, Jacob. You can't say in the actual scrolling credits there is a credit for performance and then say I think. Come on. Hit us with a screenshot.
Is there? Yeah.
Is there or isn't there?
No. So at that point, the frog, and all of a sudden, the Mandalorian understands frog. Did you guys catch that? I mean, because the frogman's telling him, "Hey, go over here to this inn," and he's like, "The inn." And they're like, I mean, in last episode, he was having a really hard time understanding.
Well,
nobody doesn't know any languages in the Star Wars galaxy. I mean, that's we don't have a lot of communication issues among these species.
No, we don't.
So, yeah, we let that kind of stuff go. Star Trek, they all speak English, so I mean, at least we don't get that, right?
That's true. I do like, at least in the last episode, that Peli was suspending belief for the audience and translating for the audience when the Frog Lady was talking. Now we just are at a point where Mandalorian understands Frog Lady and Frogman.
I think he had time in that sublight travel to do some Rosetta Stone. I mean,
it was sublight. It took 7 years to get where they were going.
7 years.
Hey, better understand.
He slept a lot in that issue, but that episode, by the way.
Yeah, there was a lot of sleeping in that last episode, and they were sleeping. They were sleeping at the beginning of this episode too. I mean,
they're all asleep.
They're all asleep. I mean, I guess when you're in sublight, you just.
I mean, I don't even want to get in. Start talking about the time dilation effects of traveling. No. I'm kidding. I'm not going
to. We can't go into.
Yeah, segregated in. The Quarren were just sitting together, and
the Quarren and the Akbars have historically not gotten along. Is that right?
That's correct.
Correct. I mean, we've seen some of that in the Clone Wars. That they certainly don't. That's right. No, I mean, Aussie Nate's right here. I don't know why the Vong ear translator worm.
Okay.
I mean,
hey guys, Frogman is in the credits, by the way.
Frogman. Sorry, Roth. You're right, Roth.
John Cameron. Let's give him a shout out. There you
Jan
go.
Or John?
John Cameron.
Jan Cameron.
It's got an umlaut over it, so.
But yeah, I mean, they don't get along, but also they're okay to eat at the same inn, and they're just like they're. I mean,
this is not the home world. This is not on Calamari that we're on. So yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. It's not the home world yet. Both species are still hanging out on the same planet.
I mean, it's wet. It's a wet world.
That's true. They go where the water is.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised if people come from the same planet, they would pull together probably. Because they're share a lot.
And it's what hardships are there in this frontier world out on the outer rim? They need to work together.
It's tough time. It's tough time.
Yeah,
we've been told a lot that it's tough times.
Yeah, they like the thing squid chowder and.
Yeah.
Well, and if it's the best chowder in town, of course you go there, and sit away from your brother Quarrens there. I mean, you just separate. The Mon Cal and the Quarrens do not get along, though. That is true.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to even let Mando stay because it's like you got to eat if you sit here.
Well, and that brings us to the really
off.
cool. He was the really cool callback where he throws the Mon Cal flan that he got in season 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah, the very first episode. That was a pretty cool callback.
Yeah,
it looks delicious.
The flan.
It does look edible.
It does.
It does.
Like a gummy.
it does.
like a $silver gummy.
Tasty.
So he gets the.
No, go ahead. No,
I
was just going to ask. Bo-Katan specifically. Not particularly familiar with the character. I know enough of the lore to be present. Happening. I mean, are we okay with her portrayal? Is that I know she did the voice work before, but is this a good live action translation?
No, I think it was fantastic.
Age problem?
I really liked it.
Well, okay. So in timeline, she would be 50. So she's taking care of herself.
Okay.
In real life, she's 40. I think is how old Katie Sackhoff is. In timeline, she'd be about 50.
Is she 50?
In timeline, she would be. Yeah.
I was reading like there was some dispute over that specific number, I guess.
Well, okay. I'll say I'll be like Roth, maybe 50.
Okay.
I think.
Katie's 40, right?
No, but Katie Sackhoff's 40.
Well, that's close enough. Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, the character's a little bit, and so Ahsoka is going to be in like her early 40s when we see her, which I think that
Mario is about that.
No, Craig. No, I'm not even going to put that up, Craig. But I'll put this up because it's true. Ages don't matter in Star Wars. That's very true.
50-something-year-old toddler.
Exactly. So, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, technically she maybe should be a little bit older looking, but it again, like Roth said, ages really don't matter in Star Wars.
Well, I was really taken out of it a little bit. Just so offended at the armor.
No, Brett.
No.
All right, I'm just gonna remove Brett.
Oh no!
Sorry, I've been
Nor does science matter.
Twitter too long.
Oh gosh, no, that's me.
I think the armor looked really cool, actually.
What now?
The Night Owl armor that they had.
Oh yeah. The visual. I think it was spot on. I mean, I think it would. It's
just like in Rebels.
A combo of her armor that she had in Clone Wars and Rebels. I mean, it's closer to the Rebels. Like when you see her in there, that the armor looks closer to that. I think it looked great. I think it was really great. Sasha Banks was cool for us wrestling fans. It was cool seeing her.
I didn't like the crisscross hair thing she had going. What was that about? I don't know. That didn't jive with me.
That's right.
Star
Four
Wars,
white dudes are going to complain about somebody's hair.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we really need to be doing.
You got rid of me. Get rid of Earl.
Cancel me, so I can go to bed. Now
it's Star Wars. They got weird hair. I don't know.
It's all good.
What did Ross say?
His sweet doctor going skiing in Aspen sweater on.
Yes, I am. Would you like to join me in the lodge, ladies? I'm working my gig. How about it? It's a little cold here in Birmingham.
It is.
It's cold here.
That's cold for us.
It's cold.
Yeah. Wyoming, it's like negative 20 degrees, and we're complaining about it's a really cold 60 degrees outside
right here right now, guys. It's cold.
I bet it's nice down in Riffin's area.
Yeah, 53. 53.
Man, Earl, you're getting a lot of shout outs, Earl. That'll drive the women wild. Craig. Some good fashion sense.
Come back to my chalet. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're taking the Mon Cal fashion sense is what you're doing.
I'm trying to represent, the
39 in
Wyoming. The name of this world, Trask? Is that the name of the planet?
Yes.
Trask is the planet.
Trask, okay.
Obviously a cold planet. That's what they want us to know right away because there's lots of sweaters.
For some reason, they named it after the Florida Gator quarterback. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows why? I mean, we've got a planet named after John Stewart. Don't we have a planet named after John Stewart? Didn't Lucas? Was it? I think that was Jon Stewart that was hosting one of the celebration stages.
Oh yeah. He did an interview with George Lucas. Yeah,
he did an interview with Lucas, and Lucas
was
like, that planet's Stewart whatever. I mean, he just like named a planet.
That's G canon, baby.
No, here we go. Yeah, this is right. Stu John.
That's terrible.
Probably the Outer Rim. They all are.
G canon.
That's because Lucas doesn't really care. That's
like, sure, you can have a planet. Yeah.
You're doing what in the EU?
Oh, did they go as far?
You can have it.
He went as far as saying that's the planet Obi-Wan is from? No.
Oh,
I don't. That's ridiculous. That's not even in a DK book. That's
thank you.
That's ridiculous.
Even an intern wouldn't dare.
Exactly. No, they don't even hire Lucasfilm employees for that anymore. They just hire third party
spec, and then they don't make any. They pay them one time for those turd books, and then they re-release them. Every couple of years. They don't pay these guys anymore.
They've always got new information.
They got 2 or 3 pages, but all the rest, they just recycle it. Now this is a complete edition. All right, well, now a new movie came out. Here's our new
complete for now.
4 more cross sections. This guy's not getting paid 1 more penny. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad because a lot of those guys, the only way they make any money off of them extra is if they do appearances and try and get people to come and do autographs and stuff. Yeah. I mean, they're really not making much money off of those books when they sell. I mean, it's rough. But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of those books out there.
My Gonk droid cross section signed by the guy.
Well, you got to know about your 3 different types of Treadwell droids.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, sign this. Sign my decraniated. Crap.
Decraniated. I so want to see a decraniated walking around in this series. I want there to be a decraniated in every Star Wars thing from now on.
Yeah, there will be. I would like a Doug to walk by.
Oh,
I think we're missing out on a Doug.
So Lucas was he must have been on set that day and came up with Axe Woves. Yeah, that's a very Lucas name. That was the male Mandalorian. Axe Woves. You like the name? It does sound kind of musical, doesn't it, Craig? It's Axe Woves. It sounds like a guitar.
I mean, we're lucky he didn't come up with Hildon Clintrump or something. He went through that phase during the prequels where he was naming everything. Oh, it's Sly Bushford. Oh, shut up, George. What idiocy.
It's accurate.
It's sad because it's actually true.
Oh man. So we find out basically that Bo-Katan, let's try and get back on track here a little bit. I don't know what the point is, but
first of all, we got to get to the ship where Mando and the baby hop on the board. The Quarren brothers are like, we'll take you to the Mandos or something. Isn't that what he says? And
and they talk like pirates, which I like.
They'll take you there.
Of course they do.
But it's a few hours sail or something.
So wait, the Mon Cal though, the one time we heard a Mon Cal speak was really a weird vernacular that the guy. I mean, it was just like, "I'll fill her up for you." I'm like, he had like a really strange.
Oh yeah, he was.
That guy was like, "What is?"
He's like, "Can you fix it?"
Like he worked at a Nebraska self-serve gas station.
If it can even
Texaco, fill her up, man.
The invisible hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. So yeah,
what was the name of that creature that came out? And said, you need to look and watch, huh?
It's a Mama Core. M-A-M-A.
Yes, Mama Core. Yes.
Not Manticore, Mama Core. Which is when I first watched it without.
When I first watched it, I thought he said Mama Corin.
That's what I thought he said.
Oh,
that's exactly what I thought he said.
Big old giant squid face thing.
And this thing comes up out of the water. I'm like, that's not a Corin.
No.
Is that what a female Corin looks like? Crazy.
It looks like Cthulhu.
I'm not working. Yeah, it's like exactly. So yeah, Baby Yoda. Luckily, he had his little pram that he was able to close up. Which I'm no.
I mean, that was shocking. He just kicked
it. This is not. We're not going to talk about manatees. This is not the time or place for that.
Now I'm hungry.
So that's basically what that's why the night owl show up, and we do get some kind of like important dialogue during that for people like Rhett that have not watched the cartoons at all.
Right.
It was kind of some important dialogue during that particular scene where Bo-Katan kind of really just lays out everything in one sentence. She's basically like
exposition.
she gives some good exposition about what she thinks, or what she basically tells the Mandalorian what he is, that he's a child of the Watch, which that's very
he's a religious zealot.
Very Game of Thrones sounding, child of the Watch, which she says, and she even like, it's a cult. It's like she's reading a DK book. She says, a cult of religious zealots that broke away from Mandalorian society. Their goal was to reestablish the ancient way. She goes into kind of all of that, because, with Death Watch and the animated series, we saw them take off their helmets all the time. I mean, it wasn't a thing. So it's interesting. I like the fact that there's this offshoot of Death Watch that has gotten so into it that they don't even take off their helmets anymore, and it kind of like blows up his world because from
he didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, from when he was a kid, this is the only way that he thought. Like when he thought Mandalorians, he did not think that there was other Mandalorians that would ever take off their helmets. I mean, do whatever. But
he was shocked when they did that, right? Because he was like, "So you guys aren't Mandalorians?"
Well, he goes, "Where'd you get your armor?" I mean,
just like you said in the first episode.
Yeah, it's.
Hey, so is their armor also Beskar?
That's what I'm guessing. They just
it is.
Make it like dye it, or they paint it.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, that's fine. I didn't know. It seemed like such a big deal. I didn't know if that was just everybody has that, or you really have to work at it.
Well, I think that any Mandalorian has it, and so any like the Corn, knew he could make money off of it. I mean, it's sort of like a fine metal, basically.
Right.
There were rumors this summer that Pedro Pascal wanted to show his face more on the show. Do you think that this is going to start leaning towards that way?
I think that this is going to at least open the door for that possibility, where he kind of puts down the strictness.
More extreme version.
Yeah, he puts down the strictness of what he's been doing. And
like,
I mean,
or and hear me out on this.
Yeah.
They told him to shut up. He walked off the set, and now it's a double in there, and he only does the voice work after the fact.
No, he wouldn't have been around doing all these promos and stuff. I mean, no.
Okay, all right.
They're like, "Hey, Pedro, thanks for being in the armor. Now we're going to put you in this tank of water and close a grate over you, and you're going to just be."
Yeah. No, I mean, I know he doesn't do any of that. I'm just saying, I don't think he shows up on set at all anymore.
I think
he doesn't like the suit. He wanted his face. He wanted FaceTime. They said no. He said, "Fine, I'm out." And now he just does the voice. That's what I think.
That's fine.
I do like Aussie Nate's call here. Finger paint. That's what they use. That's what really sticks to Beskar very, very good is finger paints. I like that. Like what in The Force Awakens?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out.
What did we say? Did somebody walk up?
Wait, did they have finger paint in The Force Awakens?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What finger paint in The Force Awakens?
You didn't see my inflatable muffin, did you? Is that what triggered you?
Oh, were you making some bread? Were you doing a little midnight snack?
No, I don't.
Oh, Finn. Wait.
Oh, the blood streak or the
finger paint. I get it.
Man, that was around the world to get to that joke.
I get it. We get it now. And what's bad is there's a delay, and so they're like, these idiots. Red
they're going to start yelling at us soon.
Exactly. So, Baby Yoda in peril. He gets saved. No more pram though. That's going to be a problem. They're going to because Quill's not around to make a pram, so now he's just gonna have to lug him around in a knapsack.
I have a feeling
like a purse, like a Paris Hilton purse.
Yeah,
like she carries her chihuahuas in.
Boba Fett does have that that bag that he carries around. So there's
a satchel.
Look,
it's a satchel.
the pram is an essential part of their lone wolf and the cub thing.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that he will get a pram at some point, and like in Lone Wolf and the Cub, it might start getting like attachments, like guns and stuff like that hidden.
That's definitely been such a significant part of the marketing and kind of the visual representation of Baby Yoda that I don't know that we can get rid of it quite yet.
Yeah.
No, that's yeah. You're right. I mean, they'll probably bring it back around. What now?
He said that
that's what IG had, didn't he? When he took him in episode 8.
Oh, that kind of carries.
He had a little, he had a little satchel thing that hanging on the front.
Nethers.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a fanny pack type thing.
So really, the Mandalorian, he gets kind of butthurt and flies off. I mean, he doesn't like the fact that.
Well, didn't she sarcastically say "this is the way" at him?
She said that.
No. That's later on.
That's later.
That's later on.
But there is some of that. But yeah, they were all kind of snickering at him a little bit because they're like, "Oh, this religious zealot."
Well, he said, "I've got another path." They said our job is to steal these arms to get back to the planet to try to retake the planet. And he says, "No, that planet's cursed or something." Isn't that what he said?
That's later on. That's
is that later? Okay, I'm getting
same thing I was talking about.
No, I thought that he did mention that Mandalore at that point. He mentioned something about Mandalore being cursed, but maybe not.
Well, he just said, "My path is a different path. I've got to get this child to the
Jedi."
Is that where that conversation happened?
It is on the boat.
And then she goes, "Did she say Ahsoka at that point?"
No, that's way later. That's
like
on the ship. Into the. Did you even watch the episode?
My gosh, Earl.
I was busy watching the Clone Wars, man.
I've actually been watching that like all day.
The Clone Wars?
The Clone Wars?
Yeah. It's fantastic. It's. I mean, you're missing out, Rhett.
I think the first 2 seasons, the animation is.
It's hard to get by. It's hard.
I really like that. I really like that hut that sounds like Truman Capote. That's the first one I did.
Zero.
Yeah.
That was a real classy addition to the Star Wars lore.
Made for good TV.
Truman Capote.
Clone Wars is so good, Roth. You're right. I love it.
I'm glad that they had 7 seasons, though. I mean, to really kind of
that last
tell the
season.
story there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Actually, just those last 3 episodes. I could have done.
Well, no, there was some good stuff. I think there was at least 6 good episodes in that last season. I liked that last season quite a bit because we got more Mandalorian stuff, and I'm into the Mandalorian stuff.
Who's voiced by Jimmy Mack?
Zero the Hutt.
Is he?
No, Jimmy Mack just does that voice.
Okay.
At the time, Jimmy Mack was pretty good at doing that voice.
Okay,
that's not really voiced by Jimmy Mack.
Not.
Yeah. So he flies away, and from that point,
there is a cool scene where he's sitting, looking out at the sunset, and you see the 3 of them shoot up off the boat.
Oh yeah,
they explode it.
Oh yeah.
That was great. I don't know why. Awesome. I just love that shot.
It makes me want to have like a 90-inch TV to watch the show because I mean some of those visuals just look so great. It looks
great.
Yeah, they look really good.
It was phenomenal. But it's interesting because they do jump straight to another scene where the Mandalorian's kind of in trouble and they have to come rescue him again. I mean,
right.
It's kind of like
brothers.
Here we are on the boat. After. Yeah, you killed my brother. I was hoping that he was going to go into a full Princess Bride monologue at that point, but he didn't.
Was he out whistling birds?
No, I don't know. Those are hard to come by, though.
I mean, he used them in the episode 1, so.
Well, that's true. He may be done with the
until he can find where his clan is hanging out, or his what is it? Conflux,
Georgia. I don't live in Waycross. I screw Waycross.
Oh,
that's where Steve
throw some shade at Waycross.
Waycross every day to
live.
Man,
is it Jessup? Where is it? Sorry, we're doing some.
We're doing some shtick. That's some Deucecast shtick for you there, Rhett.
Yeah.
No, I missed those happy years.
Yeah, that's the word. That's right. That's what I was looking for. Convert. That's what I was looking for, Roth. The convert. So he's trying to find, and at this point,
what now?
That's what they were. I guess that's like where they were hiding. Was
covert.
the
covert, right?
Covert.
Yeah,
Covert.
Covert. Yeah. Sorry.
Do you watch the show?
No, I don't.
We haven't been watching this show at all. We're swinging it.
I just follow along on Twitter.
That's right.
I just watched
the
Baby Yoda.
5-minute recap.
It was a covert.
I just watched the 5-minute recaps on YouTube. That's all. That's all I did.
I'll let Doomcock
Star Wars
tell me what to think.
explained.
That's right. I let Mike Zero dictate what I know about Star Wars.
I don't even want. I don't look. I look at. I read Super Shadow before the episode to get the. That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut right there.
That is really deep. That's like in the nether regions of.
That's like about a 2000 cut.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you, just a sidetrack, I can't tell you how many times I send a Mike Zero video to my friends as a joke.
Oh gosh. Mike Zero's good
Look
stuff.
what's going to be in episode 9, guys.
I like to send Michael links to we got this covered articles. Here it is. It's true. It must be true.
No, what's that other ridiculous one that you watch?
Well, Midnight's Edge is not ridiculous.
It is. Midnight's Edge is ridiculous.
No.
That is.
No, that's all true. That's all fact.
Earl does look lost. We're sorry. We're way off track here.
He did. We all three were laughing.
I blame myself.
I'm not lost. I'm not.
I'm supposed to be the one.
He doesn't have the internet. He doesn't look at YouTube.
By the way, I just want to let you guys know. We're coming up on the bar scene. And that is where they bring up the Mandalore stuff and it being cursed.
Okay.
The bar scene?
Thank you, Garrison.
Yeah, they're in the.
Where they go back
in the inn.
Well, they say, let's go get some food or something.
Or we're going to buy you a drink.
They kill all the Quarren.
Yeah, they kill all the Quarren. Leave them. Let the bodies just leave them there. They don't try and hide them.
Let them lay on the floor.
Leave the dead where they lie.
Yeah, they don't mess around. They just kill people straight out.
Kill people left and right.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they're more badass.
Night's Watch.
Night Owl.
Language, but they're more BA than
Night's Watch.
Than Mando.
Wait, what?
It's the Night Owl.
Where are we?
It's the Night Owl.
Which show is this?
So there's the one thing that you always know that you're going to get in every single episode of The Mandalorian is somebody eating something. There is always going to be food. I don't know if that's Favreau because we know Favreau's a huge fan. He had that cooking show.
The chef.
He had the movie and he had the cooking show on YouTube.
Chef, yeah.
And and so we know it was every episode, which I mean, I guess in hindsight, there's a lot of eating in every Star Wars movie. I guess.
Ross has a good point. Hey, let's buy you a drink since you can't.
Yeah.
Take off your. I think you'd have some kind of straw.
You got to have a way to get. Inconvenient.
I just feel bad for him because all these people are enjoying really nice warm meals in front of him, like Sasha Banks' characters, like eating some slug thing.
Squid, yeah.
I mean,
thing, like whatever attacked Baby Yoda's face. Wasn't there like?
Looked like she was chowing down on a face hugger.
Well, that was actually just, a throwback.
That's our question, Craig.
Same episode when he was attacked by a mama core. That's why they did that again. Anyways, it was the same episode. Yeah, no, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, Brad Pitt's like eating something in every scene in Ocean's 11. It's kind of the same thing. like every other scene, there's food being eaten in this show. It's
realism, Mikey.
Yeah, people eat all the time.
But it's like it's a little
killing Quarren makes you hungry.
That's true.
Work up an appetite.
They were famished.
Calamari
with your low-scale genocide.
So yeah, I mean, they're basically talked into. They talk the Mandalorian into helping them for the information. Again, I mean, that's all he's looking for. I mean, she kind of doesn't she allude to the fact at that point that she knows where a Jedi is.
Yeah, she says if you'll help me, I can give you the information. Essentially, yeah.
So we don't have that information yet. Okay.
Yeah, that's not till later where she name drops.
Yoda gets dropped. I mean, Baby Yoda, the child, gets dropped with the frog people.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks at the tank.
I mean,
and I think they're supposed to be showing a moment of maturity there where he sees the baby being born and then he doesn't want to eat it anymore, so he pets it when we see it again. But I don't know.
I think that's true.
you could look at it the other way in that he wanted to grab it, and Mandalorian got there just in time at the end of the episode before he was about to grab it and eat the thing. I mean,
I don't think that's.
He was about to force choke both Frogman and Frog Lady, devour their carcasses.
Maybe the child is a Sith Lord. That would be
really
great.
Sorry we didn't
that would be a great twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd tune into that.
How come we didn't have a scene where Frog Daddy is sitting in like a hot tub and Mama Daddy dumps those eggs in, and then
Earl,
that might be a little much.
That's more graphic.
When a Frog Lady and a Frogman love each other very much,
She dumps her eggs into
Baby
Yoda's 50. I mean, he should know the birds.
No, Baby Yoda doesn't know Jack. Baby Yoda just does what's on his mind.
He's a killer. He's a killer.
Yeah. He does have a be on your best behavior talk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Craig brings that up, that there is that talk, because Mandalorian, he's trying to become a better father. He's trying to, but he doesn't discipline very well. I've noticed. He just tells him a lot of things, but he never really disciplines very well.
He dumps his kid off a lot, doesn't he? He's like, "Hey, take care of this."
Well, I like that.
It is
that.
Kids ruin everything. You look for places to leave them. You just take a minute, and that's why I don't blame him for that at all.
No, yeah, I mean, and I like that they show. I like that they're not just expecting the audience to go with it. That Baby Yoda's off someplace else, and we're not worrying about it. I like that they intentionally show him dropping off Baby Yoda with somebody like a responsible father would, and not just leave him.
Oh, that's a good point. Roth has a good point.
Yeah, you can't, how do you discipline a thing that can kill you with its brain?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I didn't think about that. And so he goes on the mission, and this is the really cool sequence of them basically taking down the freighter with just a few stormtroopers. Every time Mandalorian is told about how many stormtroopers are going to be there, you always know there's going to be double the amount that somebody's alluding to. That's just that seems to happen.
Before they go on the ship, we get a stormtrooper can't shoot people joke.
Of course, that's too meta. It's too meta. There's a lot of that.
They're leaning into that a little hard, aren't they?
Couldn't hit the side of a bantha. Yeah. I mean, they're carrying on the themes from the first season.
He did, yeah. Actually, Nate's right.
I just think they don't need. They were pretty fearsome in the very first movie.
That's true. He used to lock him in the ship closet.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, that's a good point.
That is a good point. But yeah, I mean, he's showing growth. He's dropping them off in different places now. Responsible other beings watching him. Other sentient beings watching him. So yeah, that whole sequence was awesome. I mean, the whole
on the ship.
And they continue the trend of calling out the name of the guns. There was that one scene where one of the stormtroopers had the repeat blaster.
Yes,
and I think they even called that out. So
yes.
They're very DK book oriented. They want everybody to know like the name. There's the E-Web thing in the first season, like that whole, and so I like that they're calling out the names of these guns. It's interesting because that's not very Star Wars to me. That's not really something that we've seen them do a lot in any of the movies where they call out what type of gun someone's using or something like that.
All of that comes from the extraneous stuff. I mean, who knows that it's an Incom T-65 X-wing?
That's probably coming from Filoni.
But he knows that stuff up and down, and I think he likes his. You can tell his influence because he does a lot of that. I mean, that episode last season with on Tatooine with the that he wrote and directed. It was a lot of. There was a lot of tattoo, like a lot of stuff in it. The one with Ming-Na, he and that.
Did he direct that one? I forgot he directed that. Yeah, chapter 5.
I thought he did. I think so. But there was a lot of.
Where's Fedmatic? We need
a lot of reference, a lot of self-referential stuff in that. And I think he goes a little far on some of that. I can't think of it. No bad examples in this last episode, but I think he needs to be a little careful with that.
he needs to be reined in a little bit. And I mean, he is directing the next episode. So
No, I thought Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
So for that reason, we will not see Ahsoka next episode for sure.
We'll see her in episode 5.
Yep.
This will be either he is stopping off intentionally on Navarro, or he gets a call and says, "Hey, we need help. Can you, Mando? We need your help, Mando."
Yeah.
I'm directing this episode. Come to Navarro.
Cara Dune has been canceled. We need you to come save us.
Maybe Yoda will just force choke her.
That'll be the force choked and the credits roll.
You already tried that last
Great
season.
episode, Carl. Thanks. By the way,
then there's just
13 TV shows.
It's that one scene, and then it's 30 minutes of a statement from Disney scrolling, saying, distancing themselves.
They put a content warning on it.
Hey, Gina, we need you to come back to. We need to come back to the volume. We've got one scene we need to add to this episode, real quick.
Hey, real quick. Jacob asks, "Is it a little late to be drinking Mountain Dew?" It is not.
Never.
I will drink after I fall asleep tonight. I will wake up several times and drink another 20 ounce while I'm in bed.
That doesn't keep you awake?
Well, I wake up 35 times a night. But
that might be why.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah, that could also be the cocaine.
Very well could be.
Keeps you up.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, this is taking a turn.
So
so they're on the ship. They're the stormtroopers are shooting at them.
They look so cool in formation, and Mando doesn't look like he fits in with them at all. And that's on purpose.
No, I mean they're obviously those three are obviously
they work as a team.
They work very much as a team.
He adds some stuff, and he throws the smoke bomb and goes in there. But for the most part, they're kind of taking charge.
As with everything that he has done, he always just goes full bore into any situation. He really is not very strategic in anything that he does.
Okay, when they take out that last part of the, I'm going to skip over. When they take out those last stormtroopers to get to the front of the ship, the cockpit, he just runs into blaster fire.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's how my Beskar.
That's why I still think he's the only one with Beskar. I'll be honest.
No,
why weren't they out there sacrificing?
I thought that's what I thought. I thought because they're just bouncing off of him because
he's got Beskar.
And because he has Beskar, and that's why he took it upon himself to go in, balls out.
He looked like Adrian Peterson in the NFL.
Yeah, he was. He was just sort of running full bore.
Because Bo-Katan had her part of her chest plate looked silver, so I thought that was maybe Beskar, but I don't know.
I think they all. I don't know why I'm doing this. I think Beskar's a thing. I mean, you didn't have to allude to that, but no, I totally think that they all have Beskar. If Fetmatic was still here, he would tell us either way. But
Fetmatic doesn't know everything, Michael.
No, he does. No, I promise you, he does.
Fetmatic is secretly Leland Chi.
He's the holocron keeper. I would love the holocron keeper to be here. There we go.
Oh.
The Night Owl's Beskar are old, so it's older Beskar.
There we go.
It is
up as well.
We summoned Fetmatic out of the.
Could you recook it to make it stronger?
Like reforge it?
Yeah.
Like the Japanese and their samurai swords.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, but it is Beskar. I mean, even.
No, I think guys. Nobody knows. They didn't.
No, they did say that at some point, and I think they even said Boba Fett's armor was Beskar and plasteel or something like that. I mean, it was like a combination. Yeah,
it's not shiny and
transparent aluminum. They said.
What?
So, I really like the scene with the Empire guy, and he's like the guys who are supposed to hold the cargo area.
Yeah.
And he's like, shut the doors. And what? Shut all the doors. He's like,
yeah.
The way he was saying it was, I don't know, just like he was really, he's kind of like backing himself out.
Yeah.
We've trapped him in the cargo control room.
Right.
I mean, it's
Titus Welliver's like, what?
It's unfortunate that in every single instance, maybe not Moff Gideon per se, but anybody like below Moff Gideon's level just makes dumb decisions. I mean, it seems like when you're in the Empire, they never have anyone that makes it smart.
I think that's a pretty common trope of writing generally.
Sure.
Where in order to make your show happen, your movie, your story, people have to do stupid things.
Yeah.
Which is, and
I have a hard time almost believing the Empire rose to power with the way we always see them portrayed and the way the rebels are always they're accurate. And
well,
you can take on a 10-1, no problem.
That's why I like Rogue One, because I felt like the Empire was menacing in that. And smart.
Yep.
And the soldiers were very.
Yeah.
I mean, why have Death Troopers if they're not going to be
great.
Like?
Krennic is great.
Yeah.
Krennic's really good. I mean, in Moff Gideon's, he's a great villain. We haven't really seen him to his full. I think we're going to see some of that, obviously, in this season, and maybe we're not going to see as much as we think we are this season, and it's going to go on into season 3. I think that certainly the Darksaber will come into play, but I don't know that it's going to come into play as much this season as we'd want it to. They've got to stretch that. They've got to stretch that out. I mean,
they run the risk of making it a Rebels show if you lean too hard into that. I mean, if they were to resolve that storyline this season, I would be fine with that and move on. But I don't think they will necessarily. But listen, that guy it drips charisma. Like I don't know that
Giancarlo Esposito.
I don't know for sure that that's a great villain yet because we haven't seen a whole lot of him. He's been pretty good.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I have
odds are he will be because Esposito is just fantastic.
I have a feeling you're going to see him versus Bo-Katan at some point.
Do you think there's going to be a Bo-Katan spinoff? Bo-Katan spinoff.
I think so. I think that
Bo-Katan spinoff.
Really? Do you think that's going to generate enough interest from?
The rumor was,
there's people that are obsessed with Mandalorian culture so much that anything that they do that's straight up Mandalorians the whole time, people will watch as a spinoff show. I mean,
the rumor was Katan and Kara, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if Gina Carano's. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
We don't have to talk about that, but
if they're going to do a Bo-Katan spinoff, just make it the Night Owls. I mean, don't.
The Sisterhood of the Dragon.
I think it's Star Wars Pronouns is the name of the series they're working.
This was a bad idea.
This is your fault, Michael.
This is my fault. This was a bad idea. I just knew Rhett liked this episode.
That's great. No, I agree with Jacob. Gina Carano. I love Gina Carano. I think she's fantastic. I think she's a strong, powerful woman. She's a good role model. She's got great thighs, and she does. Like she could, you just know she could kick a vase. Like, just watch it shatter. I mean, don't you just want to see her just kick some pottery? That's all I think about when I see her. I'm just like,
I know you do, Rhett.
Kick a vase. I just want to see it explode. But, I think she's great.
No, she is great. She's fantastic. Look, I'd like to see her get a spinoff series, but I don't know at this point. I mean, I think that if you have an actress that is at least in some circles as good. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me.
Look, it's not that crazy an idea, right? Like, just have in video games where you like I'm thinking God of War. Like Kratos goes in and he just kicks pottery and he gets like energy things or whatever. Like I would like to see a segment where she has to go in somewhere and she's maybe looking for something and she just kicks a bunch of pottery and breaks it open. See what's in there. I would watch that episode.
She attacks an old Empire museum where there's like all this.
Oh yeah, she's got to find it's in one of these vases, and she just goes crazy.
If I'm watching this next episode at 2 a.m. in the morning, and Gina Carano kicks the vase, I'm gonna just call Red right now.
Please do.
He called it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Street Fighter with barrels. Exactly.
There you go. So here's my thing. I would rather Bo-Katan be part of the Mandalorian show story and have Mandalorian's story eventually hook up with her as they go to the planet to do whatever the goal is to reclaim the planet, to make that a later season's focus.
The only thing I don't want to happen though is because Bo-Katan is such a popular character, I don't want her to overshadow anything that the Mandalorian's doing at this point. I mean, and I would fear that if she's in it too much more, that's why I'd almost rather anything that happens between her and Gideon maybe happen in her own series and not happen in the Mandalorian. But I
guess
know.
my issue with that is it would almost be the defeat of Gideon if he loses the Darksaber.
Yeah,
and that has to happen on Mandalorian. It just has to.
Yeah, they can resolve that storyline with her. It's okay for her to be there, but she can't be a permanent fixture.
Maybe Mando gets the Darksaber.
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, who knows where this lands, right?
Yeah.
Put all those helmets on
like
now.
You just said, that's my worry is throwing all these Rebels, Clone Wars elements in. We're going to be you can't just have Ahsoka show up as a cameo, right? I think.
Well, you can.
I think she's just going to be that episode.
If she spins off into her own series.
Okay, well, that's ideal, right? Don't have everybody. Don't steal focus from the Mandalorian because he's kind of what we like, right?
Well. Yes. And here's the thing, like the general populace that doesn't know the Clone Wars,
yes,
that only knows Mandalorian right now.
Yeah.
How much are they going to follow to a Bo-Katan? I mean, maybe they will. I'm worried about oversaturation.
Yeah, Mandalorian has a bigger audience than the Clone Wars. I know we people, hardcore Star Wars fans, we love those shows. I mean, I have seen them. I do watch them too, to some degree. But a lot of people don't. I mean, if you go on, like my Facebook feed, for instance, these are stay-at-home Christian moms who watched Mandalorian.
Yes.
Right. Well, they weren't watching the Clone Wars and all of these other things. Yeah, they love Baby Yoda, and they don't know who Bo-Katan is. They don't know that lore. So you can't lean too heavily into it because you start to. It doesn't have that
other
same.
Mandos.
Well, it's just like
they don't know.
It's the group of people that were sitting in Solo, and Darth Maul shows up, and they're like, "What? Why is he here?" I mean, that didn't watch 1 second of that.
Season.
I mean, no, this is
got a good point.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, he just asked. Yeah, does it need to stay Jacob asked, does it need to stay small scaled? Yes. That's you can see these elements of the greater galaxy, but the stakes need to be small.
It needs to stay. It needs to stay the kind of lone wolf and cub thing it is.
Make it a personal show.
Yeah. But this is right. I mean, I stopped watching The Walking Dead, and it's got 4 series now. I mean, they're up to 4 different series going on, 3 or 4. Well, no, there's one just on AMC TV Plus, which is their own subscription service. Like, you've got to really be into Walking Dead to get a subscription to AMC TV Plus. I mean, that's because they've got their a series on there also. But they certainly run the danger of getting too. But that's why I'd rather see some of this stuff go in spin-off shows and let the audience go to that show, like that wants to see Ahsoka Tano.
We're just very far away from any spin-off shows, I think. From a production standpoint, I don't think there's any. There are no Ahsoka shows in production right now, right?
No.
I mean, so you'd have to ramp. Well, I don't think so. I mean, maybe Boba, but I don't think.
Boba's going into production apparently.
Boba's in production, but that's just a limited series.
Yeah, they'll probably do that alongside Obi-Wan, right? Because they can use some. They'll probably use some of the same sets, I guess.
Yeah. Obi-Wan's 2022. The very next thing we're going to get is that Boba Fett thing.
Jacob, I wish, but I don't think so.
No, that's all Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be strange.
Going to have to stick to My Little Pony.
Yeah, Rosario's not going to. You're going to what?
I'm sure she does My Little Pony too, right?
She did a voice on My Little Pony. Yes, I think she did.
Brett knew that a little too.
I know that was and then he tried to play it off. Didn't she do a voice on My Little Pony?
I heard
that she did a voice on My Little Pony.
It's season 2, episode 10. You know.
Whoops.
Her character's name was Pumpkin Pie.
Just let us got a little too far behind the curtain there.
Exactly. I mean, we of course get the big moment where I mean, there was really a big moment where Bo-Katan kind of like changed the whole deal on what the Mandalorian thought was going on.
Just changed the deal.
I bet he prayed she didn't change it further.
Hey, Star Wars reference.
She says, there is something I need if I'm to rule Mandalore, something that was once mine. They know where it is, and soon so will I.
Yeah.
And that's about the Darksaber, obviously. Then she changes the terms and says, this is the way after doing it.
Pretty sarcastically. Sarcastically, yeah. And it's funny, I watched an interview that she did today where she said she did like 20 takes of that line and gave him just like different takes, and they went with
this is the way.
I mean, how much can you do on that?
This is the way.
This is the way?
I hope those come out.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be great.
But yeah, the sarcastic worked well. I mean, because she's obviously a little bit more of, in her mind at least, a normal person. and you've got this zealot of a guy who won't take his helmet off.
Well,
who
she's a princess, right?
He comes from that, but she seems to be pretty understanding towards him about
his understanding
of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, she knows that since he's Child of the Watch that he's going to be that way. I mean, so yeah, she is somewhat understanding of him. But I'm just saying, in the fact that Mandalorian was kind of surprised that she broke the deal because there's this honor. There's supposed to be this honor in being a Mandalorian. We're not supposed to be that way. But I mean, she's kind of just like, whatever it takes to get what I want at this point. Which the weapons are going to help too. I mean, they're going to try and take the planet back. See, that's why I think there's going to be a spin-off series of that whole thing. I mean,
the interesting thing about the planet is that they say that it's cursed, which is clearly something he learned from the Children of the Watch.
Yeah,
but I have to wonder. I have a feeling. Obviously, we'll find out that most of that may be untrue. But I wonder what made them think it was cursed.
Well, because they were like living in domes or something, weren't they? They couldn't breathe the air. They had to live in domes, I think.
Maybe.
Fatmatic? Are you there?
They were, right?
I thought they were.
I thought the Watch was
the thing that they said to keep people away from Mandalore. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
Gosh, it's been a while since I've seen those Clone Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there was certainly some issues on that planet. What does it say? It's like the bad witness TV.
I don't celebrate birthdays.
That's true. That's very true.
Weird analogy, but it works.
But accurate.
Hey, Jacob, whatever happens in Wyoming, that's your thing, man.
Close enough.
Whatever happens in Wyoming. So yeah,
no, but that's right. She was just kind of like, I know you're not gonna. Yeah, we're gonna take the ship, and he's like, that's not the deal, or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's a great analogy. You're right. But basically the Empire, the lieutenant, he's like, I'm crashing this ship. He kills his 2 pilots. He's trying to crash the ship.
Giancarlo gets on the thing and tells him to do that.
Yeah,
Giancarlo's like,
got to make this little motif underneath him.
And they have their own saying now too. Instead of "this is the way," what do they say?
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire. Which is very much like in the MCU. It's very much like the villains in the MCU. I'm blanking on what they're called. The organization.
Confused. Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Long live the Empire.
Yeah, long live the Empire. Hail Hydra. It's that type of thing.
Yeah. I think we're done anyway.
and he uses the Star Wars version of a cyanide pill.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
She was trying to get information from him, right, about where.
And he was like, "I'm just going to get killed by Gideon anyway."
Well, pretty much. Yeah, if he didn't crash the ship, he was definitely going to get killed by the.
Yeah, Gideon's pretty ruthless, from our understanding.
Yeah, he
Gideon probably would have killed him even if he had won that situation.
Yeah, who knows?
He's a little reckless with his troops.
Yeah. Like, what did Werner Herzog do bad? He just got cut down for nothing.
Well, he got tricked.
He lost the child.
Gideon was not happy.
That's fair.
He wasn't happy about that. So we're wrapping this thing up now. We end the episode. Ahsoka Tano's name gets dropped. Everybody freaks out. Not to belittle that moment, but that was a big moment for a lot of people who love that character.
And people who didn't watch Clone Wars were like, huh?
Well, yeah, of course. No, there's certainly going to be some of the normal people that, or not normal people, the people that didn't watch the animated series that don't know that character at all. But I almost wonder if that character crossed over a little bit into the zeitgeist, because Ashley Eckstein was so out there with, as sort of like an ambassador for Star Wars for a while. And I don't know. I'd be interested a survey of people who had never watched any of the animated series, if they maybe in passing had heard that character's name and knew maybe a little bit about that character.
As long as they watched the great film that is Star Wars: The Clone Wars 2008.
Zero the Hutt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
All right. Any last words from anybody before we wrap this thing up?
Well, I mean, he goes and picks up Yoda, and Yoda, of course, is playing with that little tadpole.
And he's whining when he gets pulled away.
And he's like, ah.
Yeah.
Is the tadpole the heiress? That's the question. Y'all were asking who the heiress was.
No, you're right.
They're playing the log game.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We're going to come back to Trask in a couple seasons.
The frog
season with Frog Lady.
Yeah,
Frog Lady.
Frog.
Family.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like a little kid. It's going to be an 80s sitcom. It's going to be like WandaVision.
The frogs.
The frogs.
Hey, is this may be a really stupid question? That's fine. Is Bo-Katan the first character to transition from animation to live action?
Saw Gerrera wasn't he?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Call.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
That's
that's right. I thought I was sure there was somebody in Rogue One. I couldn't think of it.
was the first person, and I was like,
Saw. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Saw, and then I mean, if you go even deep,
Who?
Oh
Chopper
yeah,
from Rebels.
Chopper did have that cameo in
Rogue One.
Well, okay. Well, Rogue One's where Saw was too, so I guess that's they threw a bunch of crap in there, but they threw everything in the kitchen
guys
sink
from the bar.
Wait, what?
You better watch yourselves.
That's right.
They were in Rogue One.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's right.
And then I mean, some people were hyped up because it's maybe like the first character from literature but then that's Snap Wexley. He was the first that was mentioned in a book before the movie.
Well, that doesn't count. He was in. They retroactively crapped him into a book because he was going to be in the movie.
No,
he didn't come from book to the movie.
Hey,
the book came first.
But
Brett, can I get your opinion on strand casts?
So, do we have 2.5 more hours for me to talk about the Rise of Skywalker?
No, we don't.
Oh, wait a minute, guys.
No, we don't. We're wrapping this up.
Are there bigger hacks working today than whoever is writing that crap to try to make up for the Rise of Skywalker? Those people, they can't. I couldn't live with myself. They should go crank the car in the garage and just let it run.
Well, wait, Nate, what do you sing from the Clone War, the Tartakovsky series to the deleted cameo in the prequel trilogy? Is that who you're talking about?
She was in it. She was in the prequel. She was.
She was in one of the prequels.
She was in the prequel.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Was she in the 2003 cartoon? I don't even remember that.
Yeah. She was in Clone Wars.
I watched that show so much as a kid.
That's a good call. Okay.
She was in. Yeah, she was in episode 1 first.
But now it's not canon anymore, so who cares?
Episode 1 isn't?
No, 2003 cartoon.
So Nate's.
Oh man, I was.
Well, wait. When did
the high five?
Did the Tartakovsky cartoons come out before episode 1?
No, it came out between.
No, it was 2003.
Okay.
After Attack of the Clones.
So it actually came out in between. It was when the Clone Wars were supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I actually own those. Both.
I've got those.
I own them too.
Because they're never gonna be on Disney Plus.
No, so you'll never see them again anywhere.
You'll never see. You keep that copy. That's why you always must continue to buy physical media.
Yeah.
Yes, and buy Criterion.
Keep them afloat. Buy the Criterion collection of the Clone Wars movie.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching the Deucecast Extra. Thank you, Garrison. Thank you,
Wait,
Brett.
I thought we were talking about strand casting.
We're done. We're not talking about strand cast. Thank you, Earl.
That's what this is. It's a new podcasting.
I like how we all have different.
I own them on YouTube.
We're all clones of each other.
I own them.
I like this comment.
I own them.
So we'll certainly be back next week. Maybe not with Rhett though.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
We'll see.
It's pretty late for me.
We'll see how that goes. But please check out the Deucecast movie show on retrosat.com. Thanks so much everybody for joining us. Rhett, thanks for the late notice and jumping in here.
Yeah.
It was fun. Once I saw Aussie Nate in there, I was like, I got to get Rhett in here. So, and I knew you liked the episode.
It's the one listener to Card Trader Illuminati.
Yeah. Kind of.
Basically.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.